My friend was so cute and she's like, you love karaoke, let's throw a Zoom karaoke party. And I was like, that's so sweet. No. But you gotta admit, what other time in your life except when you're dead lying in a funeral home are there gonna be maybe loved ones from around the world that bother to come to see you? Welcome to my show, Hot Flash AF. Today is my first webisode ever, and we're talking about how to throw a Zoom birthday party. Let me just tell you a little backstory really quickly. My birthday came during the quarantine. I was turning extremely old, and my best friend was like, hey, let's throw you a Zoom party. And I was like, oh no, that's not happening. That sounds literally like the most depressing thing on the planet right now. For me to throw a pathetic Zoom party and everybody in those different squares might have like husband and kids and all that, and I've been going through that sort of feeling sorry for myself thing, that I don't have anything that I thought I would have at this age. That is the story that I have been telling myself. We all have those stories and we have a right to acknowledge those stories. Doesn't mean they're true, and it doesn't mean that I don't have a whole lot that I should be grateful for. The point is, I was not about to throw myself a Zoom party. No way. It sounded so depressing. But as I considered the possibilities that this could be a party that I could literally invite anyone across the globe, I was like, what the heck? I'll try this karaoke thing on Zoom. So let's get into my top tips you should know about when you throw a Zoom party. Number one, the invite. The invite is so crucial. You want to throw a completely lit party. For anybody that's over 14, you need to know that lit means cool. It means on fire. It means fire without the on. Like, that's fire. You need me because I'm telling you these things because I know a little more than the average person, only because I teach college-age kids and they say stuff and I'm like, what's that? So subscribe, hit like, blah, notification, blah, 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 blah. Okay, the invite has to be totally dope. You need a name. It's an event. Give it a name. My friend created the coolest flyer. She had a name, Noemi's Quarantine Karaoke Party. The coolest image on the planet of me like rocking out. And then she gave clear instructions about how it's gonna go down. Have it clear what window of time you want them there for, like the toast and the happy birthday song. Now, I know you're already like, I don't need a happy birthday song. That's so embarrassing and stupid. Yeah, I know. But you want to give them a time, like party starts at 5 p.m., happy birthday song and toast at 5:10. Whatever it is, they need to know I have an easy escape route. Now, the fact that they're going to end up having fun is going to be a surprise bonus plus for everybody involved, and they're going to stay. Trust me. However, you don't want it to feel like they're just kind of randomly like, oh my God, let me get another drink, and then I'll like turn the Zoom on at like halfway through the party so I don't have to sit through. Let them know that they can be in and out. But the nice thing about this approach is that at some point in the night, like everybody is there together. And it really is a very nice experience. So make a killer flyer, have a title, have a catchy image and like a hook, like hook them in. Noemi's Quarantine Karaoke Party with a rockin' out image is dope. You guys can come up with your own catchy concept and tell them what to bring to the party. For example, bring a prop, bring a hat, bring a drink, prepare a virtual background for the theme of your event, and teach them how to do the virtual background. There's all kinds of fun things that you could set the stage for, like, hey, I'm going to do something really fun. You're going to actually have fun. This is not just going to be fun for me, but everybody's going to participate. It's going to be super fun. And you can prepare by doing X, Y, Z. Let's get to the second tip. What is the second tip? The second tip Bum, ba, ba, bum. Theme. So I already talked about the flyer and basically that you have to have like a concept and a hook. If there's no driving theme, guess what everybody talks about at your birthday? The virus. Yeah, it like drags and sucks the energy out of the room. Do not give them the space for that. Have fun. Some examples of theme are Hollywood squares. Obviously, you got all the people in squares, and you could totally do some throwback Borscht Belt jokes and have people like Google jokes and tell jokes like from Borscht Belt comedy, or if you don't know what I'm talking about, any possible concept in the world, like fun though. Your favorite joke, your favorite stand-up routine. Give them participation. If you don't participate, the problem is you don't get to know everybody else and there's nobody leading the whole vibe. A friend of mine did a Zoom birthday party recently and she did Bhangra dancing. Wonderful, fun, amazing. She had a really cool teacher and the teacher popped in the Zoom room, did a half an hour Bhangra dance lesson. She had everybody dancing. Bhangra is so fun because you have to smile and constantly lift your shoulders, and it's like a crazy arm routine, which if you're hot flashing like me, if you're in the middle age life crisis, Bhangra dancing literally is harder for me than yoga. I do yoga, I love yoga, and I'm advocating for yoga, but sometimes dance brings joy to you and to people when you share it with them, and also it works out your arms and muscles that you didn't even know you had. We're still talking about number 2 and theme. You could tell people to bring a prop. You could bring your Yoda. Now, I actually brought a Yoda, my Yoda. I have a few Yodas, but mwah! I brought my Yoda to somebody's Zoom party, and it actually saved the day. Trust me, I'll have to tell you the story during my hecklers and how to deal with them tip. On that note, number 3, you really want a master of ceremonies / co-host. Trust me, you're the star and you need a co-host to run the show. Now, the MC has a few really important roles. You want to have somebody who is breaking the ice, keeping things moving, and you're going to be embarrassed to say, hey, everybody sing me happy birthday song, and you're probably not going to even want it. But if you have a master of ceremonies, they're going to do it, and you could be like, oh God, no, please, no. Oh my God, how come not everybody's doing it? No, they're going to keep the energy moving, and they're going to shut down people that want to talk about viruses or hecklers. They can keep track of time, and they can turn conversations around and make them fun if somebody starts to go down the path of talking about the virus or talking about work or whatever stuff you really literally never want to talk about at your party. Thank you. I actually encourage the MC to tell them the ground rules, like don't mute your microphones as long as you don't have loud noise happening in the background during this section so we can all talk, and find a way to get everyone involved. Do some break the ice event, and that usually would be like, let's go around the Zoom screen and have everybody say who they are and how they know the birthday girl or boy. That's essential. That connects everybody because you are the unifying person in the party. So don't underestimate the importance of having everybody say how they're connected to you. If you don't give people that opportunity, they just feel kind of anonymous during the whole meeting. And then it's a meeting, it's not a Zoom party. So people need to feel connected. We have enough isolation, we want to be connected. So find some way to get everybody involved and give a chance for everybody to say something briefly. Tip number 4, hecklers. I know you're going to have a password on your Zoom, or you're going to admit people from the waiting room, and you're not going to have like some weird heckler show up out of the blue. But guess what? People at your party can turn into unknowingly hecklers because somebody had a little too much to drink, or they don't have great sense of party etiquette, and it takes the whole party down. That's why you want a co-host to help you and mute the shizzle out of them, or steer the conversation, redirect the energy. Let me give you a couple examples of how hecklers can show up. I had a friend in a different time zone, and it's literally like 3 or 4 in the morning in the time zone they were in when they showed up to my party. So that was very kind of them. However, they had been drinking a lot by the time they showed up to my party. So they started kind of hijacking conversations, and it became almost like long rants that made no sense. And eventually, the said person told a story about 20 years ago when we dated. Note to self, don't date your roommates. We were roommates, we dated, things got a little bit funky at some point, and there was some unfinished business between us that was never spoken. And it came out in my party. Not a great idea. You need somebody to shut that down. Mute them, change the subject, whatever. Another thing that happens, I was at a Zoom party and somebody thought they were funny playing the sound of Darth Vader's breathing. So that's funny and cute for a minute. Maybe for up to 2 minutes, not for like 45 minutes. Nobody wants your entire party to be dominated by Darth Vader's voice. And you're talking about somebody who was at the original Star Wars screening, episode 4 in the theater, and I saw like Empire Strikes Back a million times and could say most of the words of the whole movie. Because Princess Leia was the dopest punk rock female ever. So what I did to sort of like diffuse that heavy, really annoying energy of Darth Vader's breathing is I brought my Yoda and I balanced the Force. Can you teach me how to be a Jedi Knight?
A Jedi. Where you are, what you are doing. Ready to train, are you?
Yes. Oh my God, how cool is that, right? So that's the kind of way that you can balance the Force. So think of yourself as a Jedi Knight. You have got to have Jedi mind trick mentality. Tip number 5. You are the star of the show. Yes, you are the star, and it is a show. Sorry, that's just the way it is. When you throw parties, you have to think of it as a show. Doubly so on Zoom. Otherwise, it's nothing more than another Zoom obligation. What does that mean? First, even soft lighting, soft. A woman of a certain age must have a soft light, must put a lantern, a paper lantern over the light bulb so it's not too hot.
Hot flash, hot flash, hot flash, hot flash, hot flash. And it's a smash.